What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the Life with Nike YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna talk to y'all about my experience working. What was it like for me working at the Amazon warehouse? Now, for me, it was a very interesting process because originally I started off this job part-time. I'm in college at the time. I'm going studying cybersecurity, working towards everything I said I was gonna do before graduating high school. So when I was in high school, hold on, let me give y'all the backstory. Before I get into what it was like working at Amazon, let me give you the backstory. So I'm in high school, I'm working at Old Navy, and I'm also working at a school supply store. But Old Navy was only paying like $10 at a time, which was good because I think minimum wage was at like $7.25, so the ten at Old Navy was alright. It was cool, but I was like, I kind of need some more. So I ended up going to Amazon once I became 18, just part time during a break in college, or I had some time outside of college to work an actual job. So I'm working this job, and it's part time. I'm working 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning, 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning. And overall, I mean, those hours was okay because, I mean, when you're between 18 years old and 21 years old, you're probably not even going to sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning anyway. So I go on Amazon or whatever, I apply for the seasonal warehouse position. It was during the holiday season, like I said, like October, November, December, somewhere around that time. I think my first day there was like October 17th, something like that. So I start, and I remember training for 1 week, and then after that, like really like 3 days is your training. They say you train for a week, but really it's like 3 days. And the rest was history, guys. So let me tell y'all what it was like working there. So my first hourly rate was $16.50. I believe at that time everybody was getting paid $15 an hour, but if you work overnight, you get night differential pay. So that's how I was getting the $16.50, $16.75, something like that for the overnight shift. But again, I'm only working 4 hours times 5, so I mean it's not that much, but it was decent at the time. It was still better than me working at Old Navy, only getting like $10.50 at a time, something like that. So it was cool. Now, as far as the work, at that time when I first started, the work was not backbreaking. The work was very easy. We always had more than enough people. And honestly, it seemed like the managers wanted it to be fun for all the employees and stuff like that. So, hold on. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. So I think that the managers wanted it to be fun originally, or maybe it was the managing style of the original staff when I first started. But it seemed like it would be fun. Like everybody would be bringing in food, everybody be talking. But the bottom line is everybody would always be getting their work done, and everyone would seem happy. They go to break, come back to work from break on time. All of that, guys. So once the seasonal position was over with, that was 3 months. So October, November, December. I would say around like the first week of January, I started seeing my coworkers come in. They swipe their badge, so everybody has to clock in at the time clock. When you come back from break, you tap your badge on there, and people are coming back and they saying like, my badge ain't working. I'm like, my badge work, bro. Like, my badge ain't working. That's strange. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I gotta go in and get to my position, get to my aisle, get to my side of the belt wherever I'm working at, and make sure that I'm doing my job, right? So I'm like, all right, man, have a good day, have a good night, whatever. Boom, I see you around. Wouldn't even see them people no more. So that's what was crazy to me. Like they could have at least let them know, like, hey, or probably send them an email, because a lot of the communication was through email. So that's just what that was. So once I started noticing that happening, but my badge was still working. So I was like, okay, cool, dope. So I never received the email, my badge never not worked, none of that. So that's when the managers made an announcement and said, if you're still here and you haven't received the email yet about your schedule change, and we wanted to let you know that you are a part of the team and the company would like to keep you. Now, no one could tell me, or I've never gotten the reason on how they choose who stays after the seasonal positions. Is it based on performance? Is it based on match? Like, what is it based on? I don't know how I got through. I know I performed very well. My metrics was always on point. But some days, some days was bad days. Some days was great days. But I know every day I came into work, I came in there to perform and do my job the best I can. And I always wanted to be ranked one of the top whatever position I was in for that night. So, but yeah, the bottom line is, like, some of those people badges who didn't work at the end of the seasonal shift. Like, some of them were good employees. Some of them were great workers, but I don't know, guys. I'm not sure how the system picks out. So I'm saying that to say, if you end up getting a seasonal position and at the end of your term you end up your badge don't work, it's not just on you. Like, I think that the system just picks a certain number of people and divide by two. Them people get terminated, them people stay. Because a lot of people who, like me, I just wanted it seasonally just to have some money for the holiday season for my friends and family and to grab myself a couple things. But it was a lot of people who only wanted to be there seasonally. So let's say the other folks, they ended up getting terminated. Them the people who really wanted to stay, and the other people ended up staying. Them the folks who really wanted to leave once the seasonal shift was over with, because they applied for a seasonal position. So it was all, for me, it's really a good thing the way how it worked out. But again, me going into it, I never planned on working for Amazon as long as I did. Y'all talking to a guy who has worked for Amazon for 5 years now. And again, I started just a seasonal position, picker, stower, a seasonal sortation. I'm gonna just say a seasonal sort associate. That's what my title was when I applied, guys. So I'm like, okay. They're offering me to come on full time. They're saying I could get benefits, all of that. Like, that's dope. That's cool, because y'all know at Old Navy, I'm not getting any benefits, like, and all of that. But on top of that, I'm just trying to remain focused on school. I'm trying to remain focused on college, all of that, guys. So, I continue going to college. I joined Amazon full time. I'm working there from 10 p.m. until 6:45. So my seasonal shift was broken into two shifts: the 10 p.m. shift to 2:30, and then the 2:30 to 6:45. So you will have some people working 10 to 2, and then you have some people working 2 to 6, and then you will have some employees working 10 all the way till 6:45 p.m. So overall, it was always cool to be able to meet new people, see new faces, because some people working 10 to 2, some people working 2 to 6, and some is working from 10 to 6:45. So I did like that part. And what I also liked about it was the variety. So, like, one night I'll be pulling packages off the belt. One night I'll be pulling packages out the truck, throwing them onto the belt. And then the truck is at the very front. You throw the packages off onto this belt. This belt goes throughout the building, and people pick the packages off the belt and put them on a cart. And then from that cart, people pick the packages up off the cart and put them in a bag. And then in the morning, people come in and pick up that bag and put them on a truck. And then from that truck, the package gets delivered to you. So it was cool, guys, seeing all of this seeing this whole process and operation before my eyes, because that was pretty dope. Like, I never thought in a million years that I'd be working in a warehouse. I'm a guy who always liked working on the computer, breaking them apart, putting them back together. I had just worked for the IT department like the summer before that, so I'm like, how did I end up here in the warehouse? But it's all like, what the thing about me is, I always like learning from many different people or many different things in many different situations. I never wanted to only put myself in one box. So just because I work for this warehouse, it's probably some things I learned there that I could implement in my business in the future with tech. So that's the way how I always thought about it. And if I invested the money the correct way, it was gonna be a win-win anyway. So I go to let me pick back up where I left off. So like I said, overall I like the position. The money was good, 1650. Um, some things to look out for is, I would say, just make sure that when you come into work that you don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about nobody else. Focus on you. It's a lot of gossip, like, and it was so crazy to me because it was just like high school all over again. Really, I had just graduated high school, started my first year of college. I took some college classes in high school, but it's different. Like after you graduate and then you actually in college with, other people who just graduated too or whatever. And even some people are adults. Like some people are they they took a break from, they had kids, they had stuff come up, they took a break, they revisit, they're 25, 26, 27, 28, 35. So, that was cool too. But ultimately, guys, you just want to make sure that you avoid the gossip. And like I said, it was like high school all over again. Like everybody's talking, is clicky. It was very clicky. Like some people, if they were liked by managers, they would get significantly easier jobs than others. It was a lot of favoritism at one point. So like if you find yourself in that position, then you just need to play to the strengths and weaknesses of the situation. Don't complain about it. That's what I ran into, guys. A lot of people would just be complaining and not wanting to accept reality for what it is. If you notice that it's favoritism going on, I'm not saying that you gotta be derided or anything like that, but I'm saying you gotta accept reality for what it is. If it's favoritism going on, then you might want to try to make yourself appear to be likable or whatever the case be. Take some accountability. And I get it, it's not fair. Like, and that's one thing that I've had to accept in my life. Like, everybody else will be able to cut the line and never get in trouble. I cut the line on one day, then I end up in the principal office and they sitting me down asking me, is everything okay? I'm like, well, hold on, y'all tell me, is everything okay? Why am I sitting in front of the principal office on my first time cutting the line, and you mean to tell me all week these other folks been cutting the line, they never ended up in the principal office? Strange, huh? But it's all good, guys. It's all good. But make sure you watch out for the gossip, and make sure that you you analyze all the details. If you find yourself doing a significantly harder job every night, and you see somebody else like, well, they got the easier job. Okay, cool. They might be disabled. Check that off. Are they disabled? Something wrong with them? You never know what's going on out here. And try to put yourself in the manager's shoes. Like, they're trying to have this whole building operating and functioning correctly. And it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people you're dealing with, and a lot of all of that, guys, and especially on the overnight shift. So I definitely had to. It took a lot to learn, but overall, guys, it's easy. It was a lot of people there, a lot of great people. And if you need a second stream of income, if you can garner the strength to work that overnight shift, guys, I say go ahead and do it. But yeah, for this video, I just want to talk to y'all about my first job. Well, this wasn't my first job, but my first position with Amazon. I'm definitely looking forward to sharing some more details with y'all about me starting my tech position with Amazon as well. But yeah, guys, the warehouse was dope. The warehouse seasonal sort position, that was dope. And then that turned into a full-time sort position. And then I had got promoted to driver trainer, which if y'all want to know about that, just comment down below driver trainer or Amazon part 2 in the comments, and I could talk about what it was like being a driver trainer, what my pay was, all of that. Now that was pretty sweet. I ain't gonna lie, but you see, you gotta go through the bull in the beginning to get to the easier positions in the future. Like I said, I've been with the company for 5 years. Them first 2 years was very rough, guys. Them first 18 to 24 months was type rough. But after that, driver trainer was type chill. I ain't gonna lie. Like driver trainer, man, you get a different vest. It's like that when you come in. Like it's like that. And then from driver trainer, I went to my tech position. But in between, like on the overnight shift, you have ambassadors, you have safety. Like I was doing safety for a little bit where I walk and make sure everybody is safe throughout the building. If you see anything that's unsafe, you pull the people to the side and you let them know, hey, no, you got to get your act together. Like, this is supposed to be a safe operation. You know what the rules are, and I'm here to enforce them. You don't do it, there will be a problem. So yeah, guys, that so that's what it was, man. So I did sort associate, safety, ambassador. I pretty much did everything, guys. I was looking forward to possibly becoming a manager one day. But again, I never planned on working in warehouse or anything like that. I know some people actually went to college and, they are warehouse managers and they make good bread. Like, they actually like that stuff, but I never did. But I always accepted my position at that time for what it was. I always knew like it wasn't really no reason for me to complain because I'm using this as a stepping stone. And I always wanted to look back on it one day like, man, I made it through that. But I ain't gonna lie, guys, there was definitely some dark days. Like, I had this one manager, but that wasn't when I was a sort associate, though. It was when I became a driver trainer. So, like I said, I'm not gonna put part 2 in this video. If y'all want to learn more about the driver trainer position and what that was like. Now, as far as the position, it was golden. Now, the position, driver trainer position, is like that. So if you come across that position, make sure you guys go ahead and apply. But if you have the wrong manager, because I had 3 different managers in that position, actually 4, but one manager, she was only my manager for like a month, so I don't really consider her like my manager like that because she was only there for like a month. But 3 total over the period of like probably like 14 months before I had went to the tech department, AWS, Amazon Web Services. So yeah, guys, the Amazon sort associate, it was a great position. It was a lot of freaks on that shift. I mean, you would see people disappearing in the parking lot. You see used condoms out there in the parking lot. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So definitely definitely a lot of pretty girls up there working, but it's pretty women everywhere. But a lot of guys were seem very excited to be working with the women and stuff and talking to them. And, I'm sure it was the other way around for the females too, you know. But yeah, man, you see some of everything up there. Like, I know this lady was married. She'd be showing us pictures of her kids and her husband, and then I see her, going out with another. Crazy, man. But that's none of my business. I just sit back, mind my business. I'm here to run my bag up. Like I said, avoid the gossip, guys. That's the main thing I could tell you. If you're looking into working an Amazon warehouse job, avoid all gossip. Keep in mind, I'm here to run my bag up, get in, and get out. If not, it turns into a huge hangout. And that's not what it is, guys. We're not here to hang out. We're here to run the bag up. Make it fun, though. Make it fun. But do not mix it. Don't do that. You heard it here first. If y'all have any more questions about what it was like working at the warehouse, let me know down in the comments. If you want to hear more about my when I was promoted to a driver trainer, what the pay was, what some of the pros and cons are, and what it was like and why I ended up leaving that position, just let me know. Comment down below, Amazon part 2 or driver trainer, whatever. I'll make sure I drop that video, guys. But yeah, man, overall I love Amazon. I told them they need to put me on the commercial best employee, #1 employee besides Jeff Bezos. Well, he stepped down, then he put somebody else as CEO or whatever. So, but right up under there need to be me. #1 employee for Amazon, guys. So y'all make sure y'all email Jeff Bezos, let him know, get me on the advertisement, commercial, Nike Driscoll for Amazon #1 employee when it comes to that operations warehouse, man. But yeah, guys, brick by brick for life. Fun times, guys. There were some fun times, but some rough times too. But all right, man, I just wanted to share